Perfect running weather for the more than 400 participants in Saturday's Monument Marathon in Gering. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, no records fell during the 2022 Platte Valley Companies Monument Marathon, but there were plenty of smiles as runners from across the country made their way across the finish line Saturday. The day started with what could have been called an ideal condition weather-wise, cool with very little wind as runners got underway with the starting air horns. Kyle Clouston of Lincoln took top honors in the men's full marathon, while Heidi McCarty of Cheyenne was the women's champion. WNCC Foundation Director Jennifer Reisig says there were several elite runners from across the globe slated to run in this year's race, but they were unable to attend.
We had 4 full elite runners scheduled to come, and for a variety of reasons they couldn't make it this year, and so hopefully they'll be back again next year and that we'll have some more. You know, people are noticing us around the country, around the world, and that's really exciting, and that's because of just the wonderful welcoming spirit our community has, and we've heard that over and over today by our runners. So huge thanks to our volunteers, our runners, and our sponsors.
Platte Valley Company's Zach Karpf thanked all the participants and said proceeds from the marathon have gone on to help hundreds of students via the WNCC Foundation.
Great event that really showcases our local community, our volunteers, and of course all of you. Very excited about the scholarships and the funds that we've raised for WNCC students. This year, to date, we've raised about $450,000. We think this year is going to put us over $500,000 raised for WNCC scholarships. So, thank you again for attending, and a special thank you to those who are attending from out of state.
In the half marathon, Alejandro Garcia of Chapel was the men's champion, while Emily Pfeiffer of Laramie was the women's division champion. Jared Berger of Gering was the fastest men's 5K finisher with a time of 19 minutes 18 seconds, while Libby Baum of Gering topped the women's fields with a time of 23 minutes 51 seconds. Well, leaders of our local cities and the county joined community members for the State of the Valley Luncheon last week in Scottsbluff, taking both a look back at the past year and looking forward. Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman highlighted several developments during his presentation, perhaps the biggest of which was the approval of the LB 357 half-cent sales tax increase earmarked for infrastructure. Kaufman praised the Gering Grassroots Citizen Committee that promoted the need to pass the ballot question to help address deteriorating infrastructure in the community.
That will raise some much-needed capital to finish off some large projects. But really want to hats off to that committee because they really took the bull by the horn, so to speak, and really went out and took a lot of time and a lot of energy and educated our public, countless meetings, and got that job done. And so we appreciate that.
Scottsbluff Mayor Jeannie McCarrigan reviewed the city's budget for the coming year and highlighted some of the work being done by new small business outreach coordinator Sharia Toof. McCarrigan said Toof is working on the possibility of adding retail projects to those allowed under the city's LB 840 plan.
That would give an opportunity, but we're going to have to put some strings in there, attach that to it so that we're not using those funds for big box stores and that. She's establishing a creative district that will extend down Broadway and go into our East Overland area. She's highlighting all the small businesses on our social media pages, and she is working on establishing an East Overland Business Association.
And County Board Chair Ken Meyer took a look at county finances and urged residents to pay attention to their local government bodies and get involved with them. He said, for the most part, our local representation is doing well.
You're in good hands. You're in very competent hands. And we call this the state of the valley. I'll tell you what the state of the valley is. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. When you look around us and all what's going on, even as far east as Lincoln and Omaha, some of the things I hear coming out of county board meetings and city council meetings and school board meetings, we've got it pretty good here, folks. So let's just keep it going.
The annual event was put on by the Government Affairs Committee of the Scottsbluff-Gering United Chamber of Commerce. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Officials say repairs to a power pole struck in an accident Saturday evening left about half of Scottsbluff without power. According to Scottsbluff Police Sergeant Chris Abrass, Scottsbluff Police and fire responded to East 20th and 10th Avenue regarding a vehicle that struck a power pole, rolled, and was possibly on fire. Personnel found the vehicle on its side with 53-year-old driver Martin Grumbles of Scottsbluff still inside and removed him from the vehicle, after which he was taken to Regional West by Valley Ambulance for what appeared to be minor injuries. Brass said the power lines were live and sparking, and once NPPD crews arrived, they worked to stabilize the pole and downed lines. Well, a Bayard woman who is facing a pair of felony drug distribution charges following a series of controlled drug buys conducted by the Wing Drug Task Force this past January has struck a plea deal to avoid going to trial. 39-year-old Roxanne Trevino pleaded no contest on Wednesday to 2 counts of distribution of a controlled substance. She was arrested earlier this year after selling more than 7 grams of meth to a CI in Scottsbluff. She faces 1 to 50 years in prison on each of the Class 2 felonies when she's sentenced on November 18th. And Nebraska Public Power District is reminding residents of Scottsbluff and nearby rural areas that the utility will be hosting an open house on September 27th at the Gering Civic Center regarding the route for a new transmission project that will serve the city. NPPD plans to build an approximately 7 to 10 mile, 115 kilovolt transmission line to provide a necessary second path between the city's 2 load delivery substations at the NPPD office and on Victory Hill. 2 meetings will be held from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and again from 4 to 7 with a self-paced online public meeting at scottsbluffpower.nppd.com. That will be active this Monday through October 7th, and input from landowners and interested stakeholders will help NPPD locate the transmission line, which would increase the transmission system capacity to meet electrical demand, reduce congestion, and further enhance the reliability and resiliency of Scottsbluff and western Nebraska areas. Well, coming up after the break, the Scottsbluff Bearcats were in a back-and-forth match on the gridiron Friday at Bearcat Stadium. Chris Cottrell will have highlights from the matchup against Grand Island Northwest right after this.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, clear skies across the area tonight. That's abundantly clear. No issues out there at all. Temps falling down into the 40s. Not going to quite be as cool as it was this morning, tomorrow morning. And we have nice warm weather continuing through Thursday. It's going to be a bit cooler starting Friday. There are going to be some showers possible Friday into Saturday. And then I think things look more seasonal for next week. Yesterday, right about average for this time of year. We had a high of 78. And how about 41 for a low? Look at that record low down there at 14 degrees. So yes, it can get cold this time of year. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're below normal for the month, but only about 1/4 of an inch below normal. and just over 5 inches below normal for the year. So you could see we've had the stretch of above normal temperatures. We're going to continue that through most of the rest of the week. So if we add today through the next 3 days on there, that is going to get us all but 6 days, which will be below normal, 1 at normal for the month of September. So it's certainly going to go down as a warmer month than normal, and a drier month than normal so far as well. Although we are, I think, going to see a chance of some rain showers as we go Friday into Saturday. But we've picked up a few days of moisture over the last 10 days. And again, Friday, Saturday time frame looks like a scattered coverage of some showers and maybe some isolated thunderstorms, mostly rain showers. Looks like we're going to be out there for Friday and Saturday in much cooler temperatures. Tomorrow an A when you get on the bus, about 45 heading to school. On your way home, we'll give it an A+, 80 degrees and sunny. Can't ask for much better than that. And as you look tomorrow, we're going to start out in the 40s, quickly in the 50s. By lunchtime, we'll be in the mid-70s. And then low 80s for the afternoon. And winds, not bad. We're going to be calm to start the morning. Then we're going to slowly be 5 to 10 mile an hour in the wind department. So certainly not bad at all. 60s in the northeastern part of the country. We have mostly 70s and 80s here for a big part of the United States. Low 100s in the desert southwest. Otherwise, here closer to home, we're mostly in the 70s and 80s all across the middle part of the country. 80 in Wheatland. There's a 67 in Sioux Falls and Storm Lake. And then closer to home, mostly 70s and low 80s, 76 in Gordon. One of the coolest readings we can find, of course, the mountain's a little cooler. Elk Mountain at 71 and Laramie at 72. 82 right now in Scottsbluff. That's the warmest temperature in the region. Winds are out of the northwest at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Some occasional gusts up to 20, but not too bad out there in the wind department. Futurecast is super quiet. Boy, let me tell you, there is nothing happening out here. Just sunshine tonight, and then clear skies overnight, and sunny skies as we set the day tomorrow. Not going to see anything in the way of showers till late tomorrow afternoon. A few try to form off the mountains. They may make it as far east as the foothills there around Cheyenne before they quickly fizzle out, and that's really about all we have to worry about tomorrow. Low temperatures tonight into the low 40s, not quite as cool as those upper 30s we had in many locations this morning. Highs tomorrow right back to where they were today in the 70s and low 80s. And precip is pretty quiet again, maybe a little bit off the mountains tomorrow afternoon. A clear sky tonight, we'll call it 44 degrees tomorrow. How about, sunny skies. And 82, winds at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Our 7-day forecast, we turn downright warm. I think both Wednesday and Thursday will be in the upper 80s. Then those showers move in along that frontal system, dropping temperatures back into the 70s Friday and the 60s on Saturday. Then by Sunday and Monday, we rebound into the low 70s and start to get some more sun back here. But it looks like a more seasonal week next week.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
It was another big game playoff feel for Scottsbluff football on Friday night, plus a Cougars weekend recap as we check things here at the Sports Desk today. Old friends, Scottsbluff and Grand Island Northwest, able to get together this past Friday night for a big district showdown game at Bearcat Stadium. The Cats came in 3-1 while the Vikings were just 1-3, but this one played out about as even as you could get from start to finish. It was a scoreless first quarter, and then just under 10 minutes to play in the first half, Northwest strikes first with Austin Payne hitting Tegan Lemkow for the game's first touchdown. Scottsbluff had a quick response on the following possession as Sebastian Boyle takes it in from 4 yards out, and we're tied 7-7. The points coming in short order at this point of the ball game. Northwest answering now with a quick strike on the deep ball from Payne to Lemkow again, this time covering 69 yards, and the score at halftime is Northwest on top 14-7. Scottsbluff, though, couldn't have drawn up a better start to the second half. On the first drive, it's Boyle ripping off a beautiful 34-yard touchdown run down the home sideline. Great contact balance, and the junior scores his second TD of the night. Cats trail 14-13. Then after a quick 3-and-out, it's the Cats going right back to work with quarterback Braden Stoll running right. Then the cutback to the open field and plenty of speed to find pay dirt. And then the 2-point conversion, and it's the Cats now leading 21-14. Northwest, they scored late in the third to tie it, but in the fourth quarter, Scottsbluff able to snatch the lead for good. Wingback Jackson Allen scored on a short run, and the extra point put Scottsbluff in front 28-21. They'd stave off a late block punt, and the defense would get a stop as the Cats prevail and move on to a 4-1 record for the season right now, ahead of a huge game at Waverly coming up on Friday. Early week sports broadcasts are coming up tomorrow. Couple of high school softball games for you. Gering will be home to play Alliance. We'll have that one here on KNEB.TV. Our platforms on the TV side, plus radio on KMOR 93.3. And Scottsbluff, they'll be home for a game against Chadron. Radio coverage only for that one on 107.3 The Trail. WNCC Volleyball finished 3-0 at home last week, including their Friday victory over Lamar. That gave them their 20th win of the season. Tomorrow night, back at Cougar Palace once again, hosting Laramie County Community College. Chuck will have it on KOLT 690 101.7 at 5:45. And WNCC soccer, plenty of it from the weekend. Both teams went 1-1. Both teams dropping matches to Casper on Friday before bouncing back to pick up wins over Northwest College on Saturday. All those matches were at the Landers Complex. That's the latest today from the FNBO Sports Desk with the Rural Radio Network. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, Scottsbluff County Commissioners have approved 2 grants from the County Tourism Capital Improvement Fund aimed at improving and promoting sports tourism in the region. First to be approved was a $50,000 grant towards installation of an artificial turf infield at Cleveland Field, the first phase of a 3-phase project at the Scottsbluff Sports Facility by Twin Cities Baseball. County Tourism Director Brenda Lacey explained the benefits of a new surface, which would improve playability, especially following rainstorms, as well as improve player safety.
The biggest thing that we looked at is that by putting this artificial turf in the infield, it would then make the spot a premier place to have more baseball tournaments in the future. Right now, because of the condition of the field, all they can pull in is more local teams. He said anywhere from Ogallala to Alliance, and those folks aren't spending the night.
The balance of the $400,000 project cost would be paid through a $175,000 donation by Drs. Jason and Sammy Webb as the match for a shovel-ready grant from the state of Nebraska in the same amount. The county also approved a $20,000 grant for the Roubidou Rendezvous that becomes the prize purse for a pro-level race in next year's event. Organizers say it will bring in even more bicyclists than the record number from this year.
We see this as really kind of a massive boost with some of our other plans to bring in top-tier riders, compete with larger events, in Steamboat or what have you across the area, across the nation. We currently, I think just this last year, we represented 24, 25 different states. People come from Hawaii, Florida, big chunk from the Front Range of Colorado.
Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.